Okay.
Hi, and welcome to the Professor Kev Show. As you can see, I'm my friend Nadia with us. She's from Steve City Stack Studio. Hello, my
Okay.
friend. Welcome to the show.
Hello, Professor Kev. Thank you so much for having me here this evening. Yeah.
I appreciate you making the time for me. So let's start with learning a little bit about you. What should I know about you, my friend?
Okay, so I'm Nadia. I'm originally from Ghana, but currently residing in the UK with my family. So I have a background in lab science, and then I am also into the green construction space. I'm a retrofit assessor, and then a domestic energy assessor. I am also the deputy for Rotary Great Britain and Ireland direct membership. I serve as the deputy for our team lead, and I am involved in other charities in the UK to basically contribute to the community and society as a whole. So, yeah, that's just a bit about myself. Yeah.
So I want to talk a little about CD Stack Studio. Tell me why you started this, what opportunity, what need did you see?
Okay, so I think it was just the cultural change and cultural shift for me. So again, because I'm originally from Ghana, relocating to the UK sort of how will I put it? Sort of there was a cultural shift from relocating to Ghana to the UK. And what I realized was that what I realized basically moving to the UK is the fact that in uni, in Ghana, I mean, I had my uni education in Ghana, and I realized, oh, back then, personally, for myself, when I was in uni, I'm like, okay, I was still focused on studies, just studies, library, everything. And I'm like, nah. So I really didn't get time to sort of get involved in the social activities and sort of like explore. So moving to the UK, I'm like, nah, because I got to the UK and then I realized that the UK system is quite different from that in Ghana. So I've had to learn, unlearn, relearn almost a whole lot of stuff. So I realized that nah, this how the CVs are even structured in the UK. The job market basically is different from like that of Ghana. So then the reason I started CD Stack Studio is because I wanted to sort of help people like myself because then I didn't get to see all of these things when I was in Ghana. I had to move to the UK to basically learn the system. And I know that there are people out there like me who would want to relocate one day. So I just wanted to bridge that gap and sort of help them in getting to know the UK system better so that they can, they wouldn't struggle like how I struggled relocating to the UK. So that is the main reason I started CD Stack Studio to help students with the and other business professional with their CV revamp, especially those in Africa. So what I found out was that in Africa, the CV, I mean, the job market requires different stuff, and then the UK job market requires a different stuff altogether. So I just basically wanted to bridge that gap and be able to help people out in that regard. So yeah.
So when I look at your LinkedIn page for this, it
Hmm.
says career strategy for the multi hyphenate. What does
Yeah.
that mean? What does it mean? Because I saw it, I'm like, I don't know what that means.
Okay, so a multi-hyphenate, like myself, I am a multi-hyphenate. I have a background in lab science. A multi-hyphenate basically is just someone who has tons of skills. And usually when people have tons of skills like that, it's like people in the society are like, you don't know what to do because I've had a few comments from people in my circle like, you're doing this today, you're doing this the other day, you're doing this and that. Can't you find it like a defined pattern? I'm like, no, because I believe in using my transferable skills in other spaces. And I believe life has a way of putting us in places where we are required to use our transferable skills. So I have a background originally in lab science, so medical laboratory science. And then I moved to the UK and I got into the green construction space. I did trainings and then I'm currently a domestic energy assessor and then a retrofit assessor. And then also, I mean, I'm volunteering with charities and then contributing to the community. And I am a virtual assistant as well. So I do social media management in my role as a virtual assistant. I help people manage their inboxes and all other stuff that is admin tasks. And so people see me and they're like, Nadia, but like we thought you had a background in lab science. We thought you were going to go into the lab science space. So why are you doing this and that, this and that? What people don't know is that whichever path that you find yourself in, I think things are interconnected, skills are sort of interconnected. The skills that I use in my admin role as a virtual assistant and a social media manager, I'm able to transfer these skills into my role as a deputy because I have virtual sections with people. It requires me talking and then, all those skills. I'm like, nah, what people do not understand is that I could easily transfer these skills. So it's better to have these skills than not to have them at all. It's better to have these skills to be able to transfer them into other fields than not to have them at all. So with me, a multi-hyphenate is just someone who has tons of skills, and then people are automatically assume that they do not have a defined part. But to me, I think multi-hyphenates could stack up their skills and then be able to create something beautiful. Because even in my role as a lab scientist, with currently the UK struggles with issues of damper mold and all that. So we are trying to sort of retrofit buildings in the UK. So that is why I sort of got into the green construction space as a retrofit assessor. And what I found is that because we learned about fungal infestation in the labs and all that, and now I'm seeing fungi in people's building and all that. So I want to be able to sort of transfer my skills and sort of bridge that gap. Because if I go into people's home as a retrofit assessor, I see this fungi, but then I have tons of knowledge on them already, as compared to somebody who didn't have a background in lab science. So just that's just me and why I started Study Stack Studio. So yeah.
But that makes sense to me because there's a lot of people who do have multiple skills, but
Yeah.
sometimes they don't know how to apply them outside of where they got them. I work in this industry, I have these skills, but
Mhm.
when they want to make that transition, they don't see how those skills could be applied someplace else. So you can
Yeah.
help them see that.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. I just want these people to be able to see that the skills that they have are required, and then it helps them in terms of their competitive advantage. So with me, having these skills, as in tons of skills, help me, and I'm easily able to transition into other roles and then be able to find it easy as compared. That's why I initially mentioned that it's good to have these skills and not use it than to not have it at all, and then you are found in a situation and then you now have to, go and then have to learn, relearn, and unlearn all of these things. So yeah, definitely, definitely love to help people with,
So it's crystal ball time, my friend. Where do you see this organization in the next 3 to 5 years?
Okay, so in the next 3 to 5 years, I just hope that I would have been able to help loads and loads of people who are looking forward to transitioning into roles. Because the three stuff that I have in CD Stack Studio is just to basically help people. So I have the core stack, which is to help people in uni and people with their CVs. So basically help them. I do LinkedIn revamp sections with people virtually. And so I just want to be able to help them, with their LinkedIn, their CVs and all that. Because I know some companies require that even before you apply, you should have your LinkedIn URL on your CV so that they could track your digital footprints and all that. So I
Hmm?
basically help people with the groundswork by building their LinkedIn pages and everything, and then inputting it on their CV, and then basically restructuring. Because I found out that, I mean, I've been doing this just for a while now. And then what I found out is the fact that most people, because they have these skills, they don't really know how to structure it on their CV. They just list them. And then I'm like, nah, you're supposed to structure, and you have to tailor, people have to tailor their CVs according to their job roles that they're applying for. So I just want to be able to help people in that regard. And then when it comes to the second bit of the CD Start Studio, that is the Pathfinder. It's just basically to help people find their path. So let's say somebody is looking forward to transitioning from the science field into the tech bit. I mean, I help people with that so that it's not like, okay, but I believe in mentorship. So basically, since I have been through that process, I want to be able to sort of give this information out to help people who are transitioning from the science background to the tech background in any other field that they want to transition from. And then the next bit is the system glow up, that is the digital workflow and admin operation. So I am a virtual assistant, and I believe that multi-hyphen is sort of, they are juggling a whole lot of tasks. So I just want to be able to sort of provide administrative support. I mentioned earlier that I help people with their inbox management, workflow, and everything. I just wanted to be able to sort of help people in that regard with digital workflow and then admin optimization. So basically, in the next 2, 3 to 5 years. I just want to be able to have helped and then bridge that gap and then see people do great in their field, their professional field. Yeah.
What's the best way for people to reach out to you? How can they learn more, my friend?
Okay, so people could definitely reach out to me by like on my LinkedIn. I have my link tree over there, which has everything embedded in it. My email is there, my Gmail account is there on my link tree. But then obviously on LinkedIn too, you can reach out to me and then yeah, other socials. All my other socials are embedded in my link tree on my LinkedIn. So people could definitely reach out to me via my LinkedIn and other socials. Yeah.
Awesome. I appreciate you calling into the show. And as always, thanks for being my friend.
Thank you for having me and for the opportunity to talk about my my business. Yeah, thank you.